What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Friday Night's Late Night Agenda. Apologies for the late start. There were some technical issues at our end. I was speaking for a couple of minutes thinking that I had actually started, but hey, I hadn't. Anyway, we've a lot to get through tonight. We've got my team selection. We've got a prediction for the Cardiff game. We'll have a little look ahead as well to the game between Spurs and Manchester City tomorrow as well. Apologies, I was a little bit distracted there because I had Connor on the phone as well, just making sure that everything worked. But we're in now, everybody's live. How are we? Let me say my hellos for the second time, because believe it or not, I've already said hello to all of you wonderful people. It just wasn't online. Stanley Red is in, Liverpool FC is in, Red Hulk is in, Subi's in, Mossy Kyo, Stanley Liverpool. Who else we got? Ethan Collins, Pedro Classic Flow, Alex Redo, Robert O'Reilly, Ethan Collins, Fabian Black, Farrier 9. Anybody else I've missed, I apologise. Who else we got? There was a few more to start. Nathan Carter, Will Robinson, James Parks, Kevin. Who else we got? I think that's everybody. Apologies, as I said, I usually do my hellos. I've done them and then I fucked up. Something happened. Boom. Hello Larry, how are you, mate? Awfully British is in as well. Dave Sweeney, Liz Golden, Full Gamer, Scotty, Badge, Andrew Robertson, Joanne Fisher, everybody, Jersey Boy, Fun Gamer, Mac, all the guys. How are we? Look, let's have a little look ahead to the game against Cardiff on Sunday. I want to know your thoughts as well on the Manchester City game tomorrow. But look, I've gone with an 11 that I think Jurgen Klopp is going to go with, because I think he's going to go strong. For me, I'm going to go with Alisson Becker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk, Joe Matip, Andrew Robertson, Fabinho, Hendo, Naby Keita, Mane, Firmino and Salah. And I have a reason behind this. I was listening to Jurgen Klopp's press conference and he was saying basically that it's going to be difficult because these players are in a rhythm. So for anybody to come in and dislodge them, it's going to be very, very difficult. So I think he's going to go pretty strong. I don't know why I said pretty twice there. I went pretty strong. I mean very, very strong. As strong as we can possibly go, actually. Epic Gamer, how are you, mate? Welcome in. What time's the game? The game, Ross, starts at 4 p.m. on Sunday. Our watch along will, of course, start at 3:30. Hey Craig, I trust the chav is chilled. As always, Gary, it is here beside me. Scotty's gone 2-0 to the Reds against Cardiff. Craig, how did you get that background? It's a green screen, buddy. So we went and bought the images and, made up our own OBS image, basically. If you're new, leave a like and turn on notifications. At Fabian Black as well, please do. 2-0 on Sunday. Firmino scores the only goal for Gary Richards. The only goal? It could be 2-0. Firmino scores the only goal. You've confused me there, Gary. Love this channel, said Boba Fett. Is that Boba Fett? Is that from Star Wars? Is it Boba Fett? I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars person, but that name rings a bell for some reason. Lovely background. Thank you very much. Liverpool 3, Cardiff 0 to the LFC till I die. Bobby Barron's going balls out and going 10-0. John Irwin, hello, how are you, sir? Welcome in. October, oh my god, who is this? It's October, coming back from the dead. How are you, mate? I know you've been really busy at work all week. I think you're on, I like to call it a jolly up disguised as work, but I think you're at a conference or something. Great to have you back in. Ben Smith, how are you, mate? Welcome. Jello Man, Cardiff are a good side. Yes, they are. They're a good side, but they're not a great side, and we're a great side. And look, I don't want to be one of the teams that kind of pushes Cardiff towards that relegation, but at the same time, we kind of need these 3 points. So, yeah, it looks like we are going to probably push Cardiff towards that relegation. 4-1 to the Reds. Salah hat-trick for Prez Salah. 1-0 Gary meant. It was a typo. It's alright, mate. I thought maybe you meant Firmino was going to score both. Awfully British has gone 2-1 to us. Them to equalise and give me a heart attack. No, mate, no equalisers. We're winning this damn game. Subi, how are you? Craig, I'll not be here at the channel on Sunday. I'll be at the Cardiff match. I'll tell you what, mate. If ever there was a fucking excuse for not being here, then it's the fact that you'll be going to the game, buddy. So I hope you have a great time as always. Ethan Collins has gone 5-0 to the Reds. Stanley Liverpool 3-0. George Football said 4-2 to Liverpool. Dave Sweeney 4-0. I love all these optimistic 3 and 4-0s. I'll take it. I'll take them all day, ladies and gents. Rafa the Gaffer said, come on, son, as in Young Min Son. Yeah, I don't know. Look, we'll turn to the Spurs Manchester City game for a couple of minutes in a few minutes, because I do want to get your thoughts on that, because I've got to be honest, I'm not holding out much hope for Spurs doing anything tomorrow. Cape Town Muslim, Craig, how you doing? Easter egg hunt with the missus at the weekend. With the kids, well, with the kid, as in Lucas, because my daughter's heading on for 15 next month, so she ain't doing no Easter egg hunts. But little dude, yeah, definitely. Mossy Kyo said, this is Mossy, I got a new phone. Can I have my spanner back, please? Of course you can, sir. 1 second. There you go. They sent me for retraining because a customer complained about me. Wow. Nice. Imagine me doing that October. I'd be forever getting trained or sacked because, people would be complaining about me all the time because I just tell them to go fuck themselves. Let's hope Tottenham win against Manchester City. Said you'll never walk alone, 1892. Liz Golden said, I don't know how this can be respectful, Liz, but I'll go with it anyway. Respectfully, 6-0 to the Reds. Pat Bot's going 2-0 as well. Larry, I'm not sure if I missed your prediction earlier, buddy, or if you put a prediction in, Mr. Leach. If you did, please do repost it, mate, and I'll go through it. I just have a feeling I missed one of your comments. James Park said, hopefully Spurs win tomorrow. 4-0 to Liverpool, Mo Salah hat-trick, and one for VVD, said Harry Belcher. This is beautiful, Tom. Tom, mate, this is a belter. Breaking news, Theresa May gives Pep Guardiola advice on leaving Europe. Oh my goodness. The jokes, and I do love me some jokes. October, my internet's down, so I'm on my phone, guys, but I'll be around on Sunday, I believe. Nice, because it's been tough running all the accounts this week. I've been busier than normal. R.I.P. Who's that? Lyra Bickey? I don't know who that is, Kyle. Excuse my ignorance. Don't worry, Burnley will beat them, said the Irishman. I wonder, actually, see, I've been setting myself up for the thought process that if Manchester City get through the game against Spurs and the game against United, then they're probably going to do it, unfortunately. But you know what? Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Sorry, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they will drop points against somebody like a Burnley or Leicester, perhaps. I don't know. V8 Van Dijk is gone 3-0. Firmino, Salah, Naby header. I call you V8 Van Dijk. Your name's V8_DJK. I'd just go V8 Van Dijk. Sorry, mate. Adrian Hall, the most important thing is the 3 points, and that is it, mate. There's nothing else that matters. It's 3 points, and that's it. I don't care if we win this game 10-0, 1-0, 2-1, 7-6. It doesn't matter. It's all about the 3 points. LFC, Harry, if we get an early goal, we'll win. Do you know what? Look, with all due respect to Cardiff, I do think we're too good for them. I think there's a reason that Cardiff are down in the relegation zone. There's a reason why we're challenging for the Premier League, because we're a better side, and we should show that on Sunday. Spurs to draw 3-3 with City, said Larry Leach. Craig's the only Easter egg I need. There you go, Red Hulk. There you go. White chocolate, baby. It's all about the white chocolate. Alex Redder reckons Matip will be man of the match. Can we take a moment actually to talk about Joe Matip, because he's been exceptional since he's come in. I think he's been brilliant stepping in and covering for Gomez since he's been injured. And I've got to hold my hands up, because I said, I think maybe 2 months ago, and probably for the entire season before that I would move on both Lovren and Matip. But my main reasoning was that neither of them can put together a run of games. Well, Joe Matip has put together a run of games without injury. And for me, his quality has never been in doubt. It's always been that nagging little injury. But yeah, he's okay. He's put together his run of games. So for me, if I had to move one of them on now, I'd be looking to move Degsy on. Being honest, I'd move Degsy on. Nothing less than a 5-0 win for Joanne Fisher. If anybody has kids, by the way, if you've got kids and this weekend you're going to be doing Easter egg hunts and all with them, I hope it goes well for you all. I hope all your kids have a wonderful weekend. I hope they all have smiles on their faces, and I hope they're all hyper as fuck on Sunday when they're lashed out of it with chocolate and they're bouncing around the walls of your house and they're full of boundless energy. But most importantly, we spoke about love yesterday. This is a family weekend. This is about family. I'm here with my Liverpool family now, and I love it. But whatever you're doing this weekend, whether you're with your missus, whether you're with your kids, whatever it is, I hope you have a wonderful Easter weekend. And hopefully the Reds cap that off with 3 points on Sunday. Andy Robertson said, I think Leicester, I've said that since Brendan Rodgers came, you have. There's been a few people fancying Leicester to take something off Manchester City. Craig, just seen your interview with the City, United and Tottenham fan who are trying to push the anti-Liverpool agenda. You shut them down, mate. Well done. To be fair, on this one, it wasn't up to them. It was the guys that did the filming said, we got a list beforehand and we filmed 5 or 6 different segments over the course of 2 or 3 hours. Which is really mad, because that segment that you seen on the 888 video was probably 20 minutes worth of filming that was then condensed down to 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, something like that. But it was always, that particular one was always going to be the 3 guys ganging up on me, because it was basically, why do nobody want Liverpool to win the league, or why do non-Liverpool fans not want Liverpool to win the league? So they basically had to give their opinions why. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. There's another segment called Unpopular Opinion. And I think that's where I'm going to get a lot of fume from some people. Not from Liverpool fans, because I didn't go with a Liverpool thing. My unpopular opinion was about a certain little Chelsea, maybe Real Madrid player. I think you know where I'm going with that. We just have to focus at Jello Man. I think maybe 2-1 City, hopefully. You're Bobby. I keep forgetting you're a City fan, mate. I'd be confident tomorrow if I were you. At home as well, I think that makes a big difference. If this was in Spurs Stadium, then maybe I'd be hoping for something a little bit different. Well, I'm hoping for a Spurs win, but maybe I'll be expecting something a little bit different. Craig looking good on the 43-inch. That means I'm in your bedroom, Stephen, where all the magic happens. Do you think Lallana will play the rest of the season? Not really, Mossy. I don't think he's going to play too much, to be honest. Subi's uncle, by the way, is Amir Khan, for those asking, because I see a few people asking, who's your uncle? It's Amir Khan, and he's fighting tomorrow night against Terence Crawford. Anybody else, any boxing fans in? Excuse me for going off topic for a second. Did you see Jarrell Miller has just failed his B sample and another fucking banned substance has shown up? So Jarrell Miller's defo not getting a big fight again anytime soon. He's looking at a pretty hefty ban, actually, if it's 2 different substances. I reckon Burnley will take points off the checkbook Charlie, said Stevie Richards. Craig, Expressions is something electric. He's cool. He's a really good dude. He's good fun. I still keep in touch with him now, even after the film, and he's a very nice guy, Expressions. He said, there we go again, when you were stating facts that Van Dijk is the best in the world. Look, on that one, Stephen McInerney is a nice guy, but he was full of shit when it came to that. He was just being bitter, and I wasn't putting up with it, as you've seen in the video. Are we not allowed to believe that Mo Salah is one of the best players in the world? Are we not allowed to believe that Virgil van Dijk is the best centre-back in the world? Fuck him and his opinions, basically, is my answer to that. Fuck him and his opinions. If I want to believe that Virgil van Dijk's the best centre-back in the world and Liverpool fans want to believe that, then that's just his tough shit, isn't it? I'm sure he believes that fucking Otamendi, Company, fucking Laporte, maybe they're great centre-backs. I'm not going to tell them they're not, because I'm not a bitter fuck. That's the difference here. I think that these opposition fans are just jealous. They're just worried about Liverpool. They're shitting themselves that we're going to come back and be a force for the next 10 or 15 years. And with good reason, because we are. And they're going to have to fucking put up with it. The Belgium Nathan Redmond. There you go. That's the one by you. We just need City to have an Easter egg in the scoreboard against Spurs. That'll do very nicely, actually, yeah. A nice big Easter egg. Do you like Tranmere Rovers in League 2? They're my local team. Of course. Actually, before I ever even went to watch Liverpool, I went to watch Tranmere Rovers because it was the same weekend. And Tranmere Rovers were playing, I think, on the Saturday, and then Liverpool were playing on the Sunday. So we went to see Tranmere Rovers first. So for that reason, mate, they'll always have a special place in my heart. And of course, Aldo played for them and managed them as well. VVD is the best centre-back. Well, that was my point. Exactly, mate. He said, you probably think things like Salah's the best in the world and VVD's had a great 6 months, so he's the best centre-back in the world. And I said, well, he is. Simple as that. He is. To me, he is anyway. Fuck Miller, drug cheat, said Stephen Richards. GTM boss, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. $8 million Big Baby Miller lost for that failed drugs test. What an idiot. Exactly. Massive payday. And what got me about that the most, Rob, was when he did the press conference, he made a speech, if you remember, for those that watched his press conference, he made a speech about living in almost poverty, living in an apartment with roaches. The roaches ate before I did. Something like that he was saying. This was his chance, as you said, for that $8 million payday, that life-changing payday. And he cheated. And I don't give a fuck what he says. Nobody ever goes, do you know what? I did cheat. They'll blame it on tainted meat, a tainted substance. The usual bullshit. He fucking cheated. He was caught. And he doesn't deserve to fight Anthony Joshua. Boxing is a sport where people's lives are put on the line every time they step in the ring. Drug cheats have no business in that sport. It was interesting actually to hear Eddie Hearn talking about 30 grand per VADA test. So 30,000 quid for each test, for each fighter or each fight to have tests. So if you've got a card of 9 fights and they're all being VADA tested, that's 270 grand in money to pay for testing. So, you can see why it's so important. VVD would improve any club in the world, therefore he's the best, said Azzy. Luke Dolan said, well, how's the boys? I think we're all good, Luke. How are you, mate? Are you more confident of winning the league or the Champions League? I'd have to say the Champions League, Kyle, and mainly because it's in our own hands, buddy. That's the only reason I'd be more confident about the Champions League, because we win 3 games. Well, we don't even need to win 3 games. We get through the semi-final, win 1 more game, and we win it. It's as simple as that. The league's not in our own hands at this moment in time. We're relying on favours or Manchester City to fuck up, and while that's the case, you'd have to say we're more likely to win the Champions League. Now, that's just me. I'm happy to hear everybody else's opinion. Nobody wants to face us anymore, said Sub 2 Pewds. Damn right they don't, mate. We're scaring people. It's great. Anything Liverpool do, rivals moan. If Liverpool fans are down, then rivals tell us it could be worse. Yeah, you're just not allowed to be happy, apparently. You're supposed to go on social media these days and just be a bitter fuck and just moan about everything. And people can't stand the fact that Liverpool fans back their players to the hilt. Even if they're wrong, we still back them, because they're our boys. And like with family, you never go against your family. You discipline. If you're out with your brother or your sister and a row breaks out, you back your family member to the hilt. And then you pull them aside afterwards if they're in the wrong, and you say to them, look, dickhead, you were wrong here. I backed you because we're out there, your family, and I love you, but you're wrong. And that's what Liverpool fans are like with their own players. Whilst we're talking to other Liverpool fans, yeah, we'll be honest and we'll say, look, maybe we think this was wrong, or I'm sure we all have our own opinions about the Suarez situation and that. But in public, we back our own players because they're our boys. Shout out to Gomez, who had the potential to be better than Van Dijk, said Mark Henley. Dave Fagan, how are you, mate? Warnock, aka No Eyebrows, Gary Richard, has conceded defeat, but I think he's playing the arse. Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's going to have his players wound up. They're in a fight. They're in a massive fight to save their Premier League lives. Who do you think will replace Miller? Rumours there that it could be White. I don't think it'll be Dillian White, because I don't think he'll have enough time to train. I know he's set for a July camp. Eddie Hearn was saying that they probably want an American, ideally an American. Do you know what? There's a shout for Joseph Parker, if you ask me. I know Parker's looking to maybe fight Chisora if Chisora gets through against Gashi, but I don't know. For me, that was what came into my head. At least it's a real fight, you know what I mean? Big Baby using the wrong formula, should have been just breastfed. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I hope Spurs do us a favour tomorrow. As do I. Look, let's get back into team selection for tomorrow. Let's just run through it, and I want to know what you guys think. So let me know your starting 11 in the chat. It's probably fair to say that the back 5 isn't going to be changed too much, although maybe somebody thinks we'll drop Joe Gomez in. For me, I've gone with Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Van Dijk, Joel Matip, Andy Robertson. Then in midfield, I've gone for Fabinho in the 6, Jordan Henderson and Naby Keita, and the front 3. I'm not changing the front 3 because the front 3 are possibly one of the best front 3 in the world. Although you're not allowed to say that to opposition fans. We have to just say they're all shite, apparently. Do you think Coutinho will get a bad reception from Liverpool fans on his Anfield return? See, the thing is, mate, I don't think they'll be arsed. And that's the difference I find here between Liverpool fans and opposition fans. So, opposition fans would probably centre in on Coutinho, would centre in on Luis Suarez, and maybe give them a bit of stick. Occasionally Liverpool fans have done it, but in the main, I think they'll be more concerned with getting behind Jurgen Klopp's boys on the field. And therein I think lies the difference. I believe that we're just going to concentrate on putting the shits up Barcelona when they come to Anfield, letting them hear a noise that they've never fucking heard before, and trying to get behind Jurgen Klopp and the boys. Whatever happens with Coutinho, Suarez, that's irrelevant. They're not our players anymore. It's time to get behind our boys, and that's genuinely how I feel about it. I think Joe Gomez might come on and play this game. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the bench. He won't be on the bench. He's not ready yet. I keep saying to people, and every weekend people keep coming to the same thing. Don't expect anything from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain this season. Maybe the last game or two of the season he'll be on the bench. He might get a couple of minutes, but it will be a miracle for me if he plays. He's not ready. Simple as that. Do you think Amir Khan will win his fight? No, I don't. I think Terence Crawford's too good. Amir Khan is an immensely talented boxer. I mean, his hand speed is phenomenal, but we know he's got a suspect chin. Terence Crawford is a phenomenal fighter. I know he's come up a weight division or two. I remember when he fought what's his name? The Scottish guy. Fucking hell. I can't think of his name. It'll come to me. He was just phenomenal, and I've watched him ever since then because that was the first time I'd ever seen him. And Ricky Burns was the guy I'm trying to think of. When he fought Ricky Burns and before he moved up weight, he was phenomenal. I mean, I just watched him thinking, this guy's a superstar. For me, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, they're up there in the arguments, obviously, with Usyk and that for pound for pound. Do you think Suarez or Coutinho care about playing at Liverpool? It's just another game to them. The thing is, as much as we like to think that they might be worried or the crowd might get to them, behind the scenes, it'll probably, after the match, they'll all be shaking hands and catching up and saying hello, how are you, how's the family, all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? What's Dara saying? Please cover boxing, Craig. You'll be fantastic, said Dara. I'd love to, Dara, and thank you for the super chats, mate. I'd love to cover boxing sometime, but as I said before, there are so many really good boxing channels out there. IFTV or IFL TV, excuse me. Boxing Scene, Boxing Social. There's just so many good channels that I don't want to waste my time going up against them. I'd rather just sit back and enjoy. And maybe someday I get to sit down and have a chat with Kugan Cassius, which would be great. As long as we score, Messi's house will go through, and I kind of feel that way as well, Red Hulk. I think that if we go over to Barcelona and score over there, bar us losing 5 or 6-1 or something, which won't happen, I think if we score over there, we've got a great chance of going through. Is the Barca defence good? Honestly, no, James. It's the weakest part of the team for me. Klopp are going to mix it up a bit to keep the guys fresh and hungry. For what though? There's no need to freshen it up or to mix it up, mate. We haven't got a game after this for another week. We've no midweek game this week, so these guys are going to get a proper rest before the next league game. So I don't think we're going to see any changes, and he kind of alluded to as much in his press conference, really. Fabian Black said Robbo and Alexander-Arnold are the assist kings for Liverpool. They're doing brilliant this season. Absolutely brilliant. Subi said, Craig, VVD is world class. Have you seen how much he's helped other players? For example, Matip, and you've seen how much he's improved being next to VVD. That's what proved he's world class. Exactly, mate. You never like to say one defender or one player has changed an entire team, but the influence that Virgil van Dijk has had on, let's say the back 6, because we include the holding midfielder in there as well as the goalkeeper in the back 4. It's been phenomenal, and it's been there for all to see. What else we got? Ricky Burns, yes, Neil Anthony, that was the guy I was thinking of. Alpha G said Barcelona are so overrated, they depend on Messi too much. Yes, they do, to be honest. They really, really do. Now look, you've got players like Ousmane Dembele, Luis Suarez, Felipe Coutinho. They have quality players, but they are reliant on Lionel Messi. And what happens in games is, when Barca aren't doing much, when Messi's getting frustrated, he drops deeper and deeper and deeper. And when he drops deeper, that's when you've got them. For me, when he drops deep, you've got him in trouble because he is looking for the ball because he's been starved for possession. And we just need to keep him starved for possession. If we can do that, then we go through. Kevin said, for me, best pound for pound fighters, Lomachenko, Crawford, Spence, Katie Taylor. I love that you've put Katie in there, Kevin. And that Japanese fighter, I can't think of his name. Look, you've nailed him there. I mean, Lomachenko, I've yet to see a better footwork from a boxer. I know his father made him take ballet when he was younger, and you can see it. His footwork is phenomenal. To make Anthony Crolla look as average as he did. Well, we know Anthony Crolla is not average. Anthony Crolla was a world champion. Anthony Crolla is an elite level fighter. Anthony Crolla had 2 amazing fights with Jorge Linares. 24 rounds. 2 great fights. And Lomachenko just made him look average, bang average, because he's class. And you've nailed that list. It's a really good list. I'd add Usyk to that list though. John Paul Smith said, knock on wood they don't buy, but if Suarez or Coutinho score against us, do you think they'll celebrate? Yes, I do. It's a Champions League semi-final, mate. If they score, I think they'll celebrate because it's a Champions League semi-final. No disrespect to our club, I just think because the game that's in it. Do you watch MMA? Not really. A little bit. I'm a glory hunter. I watch when McGregor fights, but other than that, no, I don't really watch it, to be honest. I know a little bit about it. I kind of read about it, but I don't stay up late to watch it. Coutinho will get a worse reception because he spoke behind the gaffer's back, said Rafa the gaffer. Craig, the 888 video came out as an ad on YouTube. So much progress in 1 year. Yeah, I don't know what to say, mate. There was a comment on the 888 video earlier on, and it just said, well, that Craig lad's after coming up in society, isn't he? And I just kind of sat back going, I don't know how to react to that. I mean, kind of have a little bit, I suppose, but I've also kept my nut down and worked hard over the last year, so I think maybe we've earned, and I say we because I'm doing this for all of us. That video was to publicise this channel, so yeah, I'm just proud of us all. I'm proud of where we are at this moment in time. And I'm even more proud of this damn football club and this beautiful manager and those beautiful players and that sexy ass new kit. The more I look at that new kit, the more I'm counting down for May the 9th till it gets released, because it is stunning. It's just beautiful. And when you've seen the real pictures of it released, it's the darker red and it's sexy as fuck. And the goalkeeper's kit's sexy as fuck. And I just cannot wait now for the away kit, the third kit to come out as well. Cardiff did well against Chelsea. They were robbed today, Jay. City look on the edge of mentally collapsing. Fingers crossed, Neil. Fingers fucking crossed. If they drop 1 point, I think it's game over. 1 point. Just draw. I know that's 2 points technically. It's actually impossible to drop 1 point now, but if they drop any points, I think we're going to do it. Jamie Todd said, if anything, Liverpool needs an 8-0 win over a team the next 4 games because City will win if it ends in goal difference. The only way it realistically will go to goal difference, Jamie, is if City lose a game, we draw a game, and then we all win the rest of the games. And at that, they'll win it on goal difference. We're not catching them on goal difference, mate. They've played a game less than us as well. Has the referee been announced for tomorrow's match against Spurs? I don't know. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows. It's a good question. I should know this because every week people ask. And every week I do out my notes for the preview shows, and I always forget about the damn referee, so it's a really good show. Katie Taylor coming up. Yes, she is. She is fighting on the Anthony Joshua undercard. She's fighting for all the marbles, as Eddie Hearn likes to say. She's fighting to unify the division. 2 minutes in, Millie will give Messi the biggest sliding tackle ever. Will counter and score. Either him or Andy Robertson, one or the other. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Craig, if we get to the final of the Champions League, are you going to the game? No. Realistically, I can't afford it, mate. Yeah, no, I can't afford it. Family holidays.
Okay.
Hey, Lukey. A lot of other stuff. Come and say hello.
I accidentally left the scooter outside because I forgot.
Come and say hello.
Well, I didn't get enough time.
Come and say hello to everybody. Give everybody a wave.
Hello.
Now, come on, give them a wave before you head off.
When I need to, because Mommy is going to get the scooter. I'm waiting for her to come back, but she still hasn't come up.
Okay, well, do you know what? Can you go and wait downstairs and see when she's coming back? Have a look out the window.
Well, I can't see and look at the window because everything's so dark.
Everything's dark outside, is it?
Yeah, I can't see, but I can't.
Do you like Luis Suarez? Yes or no?
Yes.
Who's your favourite footballer? Is it Mohamed Salah? Yeah, it is. Luca's favourite footballer is Mohamed Salah. There you go. This is what happens when my wife leaves the house for 5 minutes. You get Lucas. You get Lucas for part of the stream. What else have we got? Nike trainers. You should link up.
So you under me.
You should link up at Redmen TV. No, don't want to. No interest. Not going to happen. They do their thing. I'll do my thing. We'll go from there. You singing?
What's that monitor? The green line moving.
The green line moving where?
Yeah, the green line is moving.
A lot of people saying hello to you, Lucas. This is just what happens when my wife disappears for a few minutes.
Yeah. She's open now.
Here she comes in now. I can hear her. Now she's pretending she's all giving it. Get down the stairs, Lucas. Get down the stairs. Get down the stairs. I know I abandoned you and left you there when your daddy was streaming in the room and completely fucked up the stream, but that's okay. How are we all? She's gone now. She's gone. She's like, oh my god. The joys of doing stuff live. It's beautiful, isn't it? Right, now let me get back to your comments. So sorry. This is the joys of doing stuff live. Hey, don't get this shit in Redmen TV. Do you know what I mean? Payjack and Mates aren't sitting there and all of a sudden some little dude strolls in because they're professionals. I haven't. What else we got? Did you see Kevin De Bruyne behind you? He does look a little bit like him, to be fair. Craig, back off your wife. Fuck off. My wife knows I'm only messing with her. I don't mean that lovingly, Liz, by the way. You know I love you. Craig, love to the Holdens. Thank you. Lucas the next Davy Fairclough. Yeah, God love him. He's a mad little dude. He's so full of energy as well. He just... Yeah, I wish I could bottle Lucas's energy. He's a credit to you. Not to me, mate. He's a credit to my wife. She's the hero in this household. Craig's stream gone wrong. Yeah, a little bit. But hey, look, it's part of the fun, isn't it? Tottenham will get a result tomorrow at City, said Gary. I don't hold out much hope. Right, thumbs up or thumbs down. Realistically, do you guys think that Spurs are going to get something tomorrow with the Etihad? And be honest about it, not just optimistic, because we all love to be optimistic. Keeper kit should be the third kit. A lot of people feel that way. I don't see what the fuss is, because it's still a kit. We can still buy it. I know we won't see the likes of Mo Salah wearing that kit, but it is still a kit after all. Wow. Lots of people really do feel like the Spurs are going to get something tomorrow. That's mad. Paul McCormick is like me and he doesn't think they're going to get anything. Sean Burke's gone for 2-2 draw. When will the away kits be coming out? I imagine it'll be the start of July. And the reason I say that is because, you know, when you buy the kit from the club, they give you a £10 voucher. So they say to you, like, buy the kit, get your £10 voucher. If you look at the small print of the £10 voucher, it says that it can only be used between June the 1st and June, 30th of June. So that makes me think that the away kit is going to come out then just after that voucher runs out. Because if I remember last year, that's what happened, and I couldn't use the voucher on the new away kit, which is a real shitty thing to do if you ask me. If they give you a £10 voucher, then it should be a £10 voucher for a year, like most other fucking vouchers, and not just valid for 1 month. Yeah, I just don't like that part of it, to be honest. I'd rather just fuck the voucher in the bin and just, you know, give £5 to charity or something on your behalf, rather than this whole nonsense with the 1 month valid voucher. Anyway, most people, yes, a couple of thumbs down. Or 2 Dan 2 thinks thumbs down. Sub 2 Pew's gone 3-0. My brother supports Spurs and thinks City will annihilate them tomorrow. I don't know, mate. There's two ways of looking at this. Both teams are going to be mentally exhausted. But I think you look at that Manchester City team and they just have more in depth, and I think that could be the difference. I love to see City versus Spurs as a draw, but Spurs defender Wednesday was really, really poor, said Gonads. Has Robbo scored this season? I think he scored 1. Has he not scored 1? I think he scored 1. Maybe that was pre-season, or maybe I'm just hallucinating. Dave reckons that Spurs will get something. Love how you get 0 likes and a video. Everyone likes you. Oh, you mean dislikes? I think you mean. Because I hope we haven't got 0 likes, because that would be fucking worrying. If it's dislikes, don't worry, mate. There's always people later on that just come and call me a nonce and tell me how shit I am and call me a prick and put thumbs down. But I don't mind. It's all part of the fun. If you put yourself on here, you're here to be judged and you've got to accept what comes your way. Oi, Craig. It's been a while, but up the Reds. Did you see City score? Go on, Tottenham. I'm hoping, Joshua. I'm fucking hoping, man, they get something tomorrow. City will be going to this game depressed and Spurs will be going buzzing. Hopefully that plays into our hands and a result happens. Do you know what? I know it's a 12:30 kickoff. I'm actually going to try and sleep through it. So I'm going to try and stay up extra late and get up extra late, so as I can get up when the game is over and I don't have to watch it, because I don't want to sit through that fucking game tomorrow. Craig, you should I get on my back for next season? I don't know what that means, Scotty. I think a draw tomorrow, they'll cancel each other out, said Kevin. I hope so, Kevin. They'll get it done because of pride, said Joanne Fisher. What colour do you think Liverpool away kit is going to be? I'd a guess, Ross, yellow with red pinstripes, but I'm completely just taking that guess, mate, off the fact that that was the kit that went with the retro kit that we're kind of modelling the home kit on. But other than that, I haven't got a clue. I wouldn't mind seeing the yellow one with red pinstripes though. Pochettino will fight and get something, to Dave Sweeney. Will you be live streaming Man City's game? No, not tomorrow. I will do the Manchester Derby on Wednesday. I'll definitely be live streaming that one. But this one, nah, I'm not going to do it. It's too early. I've got it's just too early to be honest. Why the media always aim to dig at Liverpool, but yet other teams don't? I don't know, Dan. It's mad. As Liverpool fans, sometimes we feel that way, but other clubs fans will say that the media love us, which is weird. I mean, it's just perceptions, I suppose. I honestly think the Burnley game could be as hard for City as tomorrow, said Heme. What's the 888 bet video you did with the Manx? Class, mate. Thank you very much, Brian. That was video number 1. I think there's 3 or 4 more to come out. I don't know when they're coming out yet. I kind of get a little bit of notice and then they come out, so I'll let you know as soon as the next one's coming out. If you hit 12,000, dab on those haters. We will hit 12,000 at some point. There's no rush. I'm in no rush to hit 12k. I'm just happy with where we are. Omar, how are we, mate? Welcome. Great to have you back in. Black with white pinstripes, said Gary for the kit. I think we need to make a bid on Matthias de Ligt. I don't think you're alone in wanting that one, mate. I think all of us would love that to happen. Michael Fleming, I pre-ordered the goalkeeper's kit in the red one, £120. Yeah, they ain't fucking cheap, mate, are they? I think for Lucas's, my kit was $59.99 and Lucas's kit I think was $42.99, I think. And with delivery down, I think it came to something in euros about €135, something like that for the 2 kits. Well, the kit and the jersey. Alex Redo said 2-2 for Spurs tomorrow. If Spurs get a result, I'll be absolutely shit myself on Sunday. If Spurs get a result, mate, I'm going full on party mode. Because that's it as far as I'm concerned. City drop any points, we're winning this fucking league. I think it's that simple, honestly. The WPL said they beat Spurs and draw to United, will smash Cardiff and Huddersfield and make the goal difference up. We'll win it on goal difference. Well, if they beat Spurs and draw with United, mate, it won't go to goal difference. If they beat Spurs and draw with United, we're winning it by a point. Yeah, we just need them to do anything. Even a draw will be good enough. We could be the champions before the Barcelona second leg at Anfield. Oh, don't tease me, Neil. Don't tease me, mate. Craig, you'll never believe what I got. What's this? Tokes Firmino in a gold upgrade. I haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about, mate. I gather it's probably something to do with FIFA, is it? I haven't got a clue, mate. Sorry, excuse my ignorance, but when it comes to gaming and stuff, I'm an absolute gobshite. Jamie Todd said, I'm expecting Wolves to win or draw against Liverpool as they had something to prove. They won't, Jamie. If you're expecting that, mate, you're going to be sadly disappointed. We're going to beat them on the last game of the season. There's no way we're losing at home on the last day of the season. Nah, it's just not going to happen, Jamie. Sorry, I refuse to believe it, mate. If it does happen, I will absolutely come back and tell you you are right, but I'm not believing it yet. What's your 888 video called? It's on here actually. I think it's on the 888 channel on YouTube. It's also on Twitter. Just 888 Sport. Just search that, mate, and it should come up. It's my dad's birthday. He's beside me. Tell him happy birthday. Happy birthday to Rebecca Stewart's dad. I hope you have a wonderful day, or you've had a wonderful day, I should say. Are you still confident City will drop points, seeing as their focus will be on the league now? Brian, honestly, hand on heart, I think if they get through this game and they get through the game against United, they're going to win the league. And I don't like to say that, but I'm trying to be honest. But anything is possible, and whilst it's possible, we got to keep going. The goalkeeper's jersey is sold out in 24 hours. Yes, it has, even on pre-order. I went on, I said to you guys yesterday, the short sleeved version had sold out. When I went back on today, even the long sleeve version in the adult sizes had sold out. So yes, I think they've underestimated quite how popular this kit's going to be. What else we got? Is the Spurs squad big enough to handle another trip to City? I guess we'll find out. The one thing I'm holding hope for in both these games, whether it be Spurs against City or United against City, is that Spurs and United both need to get something. They both have something to play for. That, I suppose, gives us a bit more hope. Are we still going to Liverpool last day of the season? Yes, absolutely, mate. Flights are booked, hotels booked. Definitely be over there for the last day of the season. Who's Cardiff's danger man? They don't really have any, to be fair, mate. Yeah, don't really have any. I think whoever wins out of Barca and Liverpool will win the Champions League. I agree with that. I think our side of the draw is probably the stronger side, but how can you write off Ajax? And how can you write off Spurs? They've knocked out Manchester City. Ajax have knocked out Juventus. They've knocked out Real Madrid. I said it for a while. This is probably the most open Champions League in many a year. Thank you so much, Craig. I love you. My pleasure, Rebecca. Look, I should be thanking you for taking the time to come and watch, and I appreciate it. I feel like I'm the only one waiting for the gold badges until they order the kit. I'm just a big excited child, mate. As soon as the kit's available, I'm slapping my money down on the table and trying to order it straight away because I just want it. I want it when it's ready for delivery. I want it on that day, May the 9th. I want to hear. I want to be on the stream, opening it up, describing the kit, touching the kit, feeling it, and then putting it on, of course, because I'm a big child. The Maharani's Closet, mate. It feels like a while. How are you? Cardiff Danger Man is the ref. The final is being played in Madrid, James, in the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, which is Atletico Madrid's new stadium. Spurs will win, trust me. Title hopes. I just can't. But if it happens tomorrow, just get ready for one hell of a stream tomorrow night. That's all I'm saying. If Spurs get anything from that game with the empty head tomorrow, be prepared for some fun tomorrow night because I'll be in full on party mode. Watch the clip of Sterling and the City players showboating against City earlier on in the season. I reckon United will batter them for revenge at Liam Kelt. Peter said, picking up my son and listening to your show through the car stereo, better than 606. Yeah, it is. Damn right it is, Peter. I'll watch my language for a minute when you're picking up your son, mate. But hello to both of you and thank you for listening, or watching, in your case listening. Do you know a place in Ireland named Tyrone? Of course I do. Of course I know County Tyrone. It's in Northern Ireland. I want a Nike sponsorship for 2020. Oh, you mean to make the shirts? Personally, I don't want Nike making Liverpool shirts. It just doesn't feel like a good fit. I've said that time and time again. Yeah, Adidas for me. Or New Balance. I love New Balance. The 1st of May is my birthday, Craig. Looks like the Red Man delivered me a positive result then. Happy birthday. My daughter's birthday is the 5th of May. She'll turn 15. Yeah. It's... Oh God, I just wish we could all hibernate and wake up and know what the fuck is going to happen. Although, that would mean we'll miss some of the fun, wouldn't it? I've just subscribed. Love this. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And welcome. Welcome to the family. Don't Cardiff have that big striker that looks like an 80s porn star? Oh, Tom, that's a belter. Craig, I bet you were annoyed that the Man City fan was acting like a cunt. Not really, mate, to be fair. I mean, I look at it this way. Everybody in that room had the right to voice their opinion. I might not have agreed with some of the things that they've said, but they have every much as right as me to say what they wanted. We're just there as fans. None of us were experts. Although I felt at times they tried to, some of them, not expressions, maybe tried to come across a little bit holier than thou, which I don't really like, to be fair. I can spot. And you see in the video I said that there's 2, 3, 4, 5% arseholes in our fan base, but that wasn't good enough for them. They wanted me to basically vilify the whole Liverpool fan base, which of course I wasn't going to do. But if they don't realise that there's dickheads in their own fan base, then I pity them. United versus City is at Old Trafford. It is indeed. New Balance are doing well. They're making some tasty kits, to be fair. What's this one? They have nothing on the newsstand and don't make a 96 in the seats. I don't know what you mean, Jamie. Sorry, mate. I might have missed an earlier comment. Neil said, if City went through, it would be impossible for Spurs tomorrow. City, a team that likes things smooth, not rough. I hope you're right. Craig, I've seen you on the 888 advert. Thank you, Sol. Keep an eye out for more of them, because there'll be another 3 or 4 of them coming over the next few weeks. Should be a good game tomorrow, said Enhanced Gaming. I hope so. I hope them fuckers drop points tomorrow. I really do. Team selection for the Reds for Sunday, though. Let's get back to this one. Give me your 11, ladies and gents. Put it in the chat. I'd love to know how everybody's feeling, how many changes you're expecting. Score predictions, I think we've done already, but I don't remember reading out many 11, so let me know your team selection. Kloppo was speaking about the return of Joe Gomez and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to the squad, but warned it will be difficult for the players to dislodge those currently starting. Kloppo said, Joe looked good. He played 15 or 20 minutes during the week. Will he start? I don't know. We've a lot of players in a lot of rhythm. It's good to have him, and it's same for Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's not about being ready when you come in immediately. As long as the other players in training show no drop in form, then we stay like it is, but it's very good for them to be in contention. So as I said earlier on, Klopp basically saying these guys are in a rhythm now and it's going to be very difficult to dislodge them because they're doing so fucking well. How could you dislodge them? They're on a winning streak. That's why I don't expect many changes personally tomorrow. City will lose tomorrow, I'm afraid, to the Eternal Fire. Love the away kit to be white with the red pinstripe. That would be a nice shout as well, Robert. That would be nice. I think I said the yellow with a red pinstripe, but white with a red pinstripe would be just as nice. What do you think of our 1920 season kit? I think it's absolutely stunning. R2 Dan 2. I love it. I love the keeper's kit as well, obviously, but I'm so glad that when the red came out, it was that darker red that we've all grown to love over the past couple of seasons. Did you hear that Alisson is getting the number 1 jersey next season? I did, mate. I probably forgot to mention that on the stream, so thank you for reminding me. Yes, for those that aren't aware, Alisson is going to be given the number 1 shirt next season, so he'll finally have the shirt that we all wondered if he was going to take last season when he came. Well, at the start of this season. Craig, you said the Champions League race will decide the league race, and City have 2 games versus Champions League race teams. Excuse me. You said the Champions League race will decide the league race. Did I? Oh, I don't know, mate. I'm not saying I didn't. I just don't remember saying it. Hope all is well. Top weather and top of the league, said Jay Kismet. The only difference I'd make would be with Jomez, a fullback. I just don't know if he's ready to come in, Mark, and play from the start yet. But look, if Jurgen Klopp thinks he is and Jurgen Klopp drops him in, buddy, then who am I to second guess Kloppo? A lot of people talking about me holding my own on the 888 video. Yeah, the guys were almost apologetic when they showed me what we were going to be recording. The guys that were setting up the video, because they knew it was going to be basically me against 3 guys trying to defend Liverpool. But look, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? I initially thought you were a hologram as I was full of cold medicine. Nice. Share that cold medicine, mate. Will you do a watch along for the City versus Spurs game? I won't, Rebecca. No, I will be doing it for the Liverpool game against Cardiff, and I'll be doing it for the United game against City, but not for the one tomorrow morning. Regular back 4, said the Maharani's Closet. Regular front 3, and then midfield of Fabinho, Keita and Henderson. I think you've gone for the same as me then, buddy. Brian O'Leary said Alisson, Trent, Gomez, VVD, Robbo, Milner, Keita, Wijnaldum, Mane, Salah and Firmino. No Hendo. Why no Hendo, Brian? He's been in phenomenal form lately. But look, it's difficult to second guess anything. And no Fabinho. No Fabinho either. Wow, that has shocked me, buddy. Brian Morrissey is in. How are you, pal? What do you think of Karius? I think he's not really any of our business at the minute, if that makes any sense. Even if he does come back from Besiktas, I don't know. There was a whole issue around his wages. They're not happy with him. I'm not sure if he's happy over there. But what I have read is that even if he does come back to Liverpool, there's 3 or 4 German clubs willing to take him straight away. So I'd imagine it'll just be pretty much back in and back out if he does come back. I'd love Klopp to sign a contract extension for another few years. Don't ever want him to leave. He's got plenty of time left on the one that he has, so I wouldn't worry about it just yet. Where's the video? I need to see it. If you go onto 888's account on here, so search either 888's account on YouTube or go on to the Anfield Agenda Twitter account, you can see it on there, or just go to 888 Sports Twitter account, mate, and it's up there. I did have a link to it yesterday, but I don't have it saved at the minute and I can't quite get to it. So sorry, my wife, look at this, she's so sweet. So sorry guys about the unexpected Lucas visit to the stream. We'll have to continue the scooter search in the morning as I couldn't see it. Say la vie. It's one of those things, isn't it? Maybe somebody took it into the house, maybe somebody stroked it, you never know. It's only a scooter though, it's not the end of the world. To confirm, Craig Robertson hasn't scored a league goal this season but has 9 assists, the same as Pogba. There you go. Yeah, look, our fullbacks, the assists have been absolutely crazy this season. Was it almost 20 between the two of them? Everybody has come into great form at the same time. Perfect time, I'd say K-Town Muslim. Yeah, it's this whole thing about Manchester City that I just can't quite get my head around is the thoughts of them not dropping a single fucking point since January. That for them to go through from January to May, that would be just really hard to stomach. So I'm just hoping beyond hope that somebody takes something off them. Van Dijk, 5 goals and 4 assists. That's class, isn't it? Recessionized. That is class. Did you see the Man City fan smashing his TV? Yeah, it was a pussy smashing of a TV as well, John Paul. He carried it outside his apartment or something and threw it out into the hall. That's not smashing it, mate. If you're going to smash it, do it fucking right and put your foot through it like a proper fucking lunatic. I'm sure I'll smash something at some point on one of these streams in anger, and it'll be a proper job, not that half-arsed attempt at just throwing it out the door of his apartment. Nah, mine will be gone out a window or something if I smash it. Gomez will start. Problems? Why will he start problems? I'm not sure what you mean, Aminul. I'm not sure what you mean, buddy. Craig, that video you did with the Manchester City and Spurs fan, I thought the City fan got so loud to me. I don't know, Louis. It's very difficult to be critical because you have to remember that video has been edited down from about 20-25 minutes, so it's tough because we're talking about 2 minutes worth of a video. We all said things in that video. I was a lot louder at times as well. So yeah, look, it's down to the editing a little bit, but they had to just pick out the points that probably get the most hits, and I don't know, I think they did quite a good job with the editing of it myself. I was a bit nervous waiting for it to come out. This chat on, yes, Boba Fett, it is on, mate. Just our luck that when United are playing City, they're playing shit at the moment, but I still believe form goes out the window in derbies. It does. Do you remember last year, Brian? None of us thought that they would beat City last year, and they did. Do you think Spurs will do us a favour tomorrow? Honestly, no, I don't. I hope so, but I don't think so. Look, guys, if you're watching for the first time, if you have tuned in, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do hit that subscribe button. We're 26 subscribers away from our next target of 11,700, which is nuts. But if you can do me a massive favour and just hit that button, and of course drop a like on the stream as well. A couple of more bits of my notes, a little bit of transfer news, ladies and gents. You know I love a transfer. So according to reports from Lidi Sport, I think that's how you say it, in France, the Reds have made a formal inquiry to Lille for the signing of 23-year-old Nicolas Pepe. According to the report, PSG, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Chelsea and Inter Milan are all also eyeing up moves for the talented attacker. I know when we spoke about players coming in the last few streams, a lot of you guys had mentioned Pepe as a player you'd like to see. I've got to be honest and say I haven't seen very much, if any, of this kid. I don't know anything about him. So if anybody has watched him, please do let me know in the chat what you think. Is he good enough? Well, he must be quite good if so many clubs around Europe are queuing up to try and get him. I think Joe will start against Huddersfield. He needs to get eased in, said R2 Dan2. Who do I think is better? In which sense, mate? I mean, I need the rest of the question to answer it, and I'm happy to answer it, I just don't know what the question is. Jurgen said the players aren't tired. I don't expect him to make changes for Cardiff. Can't see Joe coming in place of Matip. Either can I, Gonads. I can't see it either. I think it's too early for him. Craig, would you be critical of Liverpool if we didn't win the league? I wouldn't, but there are idiots who will. No, I won't, Mark, because we're looking at a potential loss of the league with 97 points. Which is beyond ridiculous. To possibly lose a league title and have 97 points. It's how can we be critical of that? People will point to moments, they'll point to the Everton game, they'll point to the draw against Manchester United at Old Trafford. But at the end of the day, if we get 97 points in the Premier League and don't win it, what can you do except tip your hat to that City team and just say, well done? You know, there's no point in being bitter about it. We'll be hurting, of course we will, but we've got to show class. As much as I dislike the club for the way they've gone about business and stuff, I've always said the manager and the players I don't think belong in that critiquing because they're the manager and the players. They're just employees of the club. If they do it and they get 98 points and win the league, what the fuck can you do? What can you do? I think that's me trying to be pragmatic about it. Of course it'll hurt. It'll hurt like fuck, but there's still 4 games to go for us, 5 games to go for them. Let's just strap in and wait and see what happens. I think Spurs United can draw, but I can't see a win. One of them, one draw will do me, mate. One draw. Stephen Richards said hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much, buddy. Cue the animation that pops up in the window in the background. Oh, there is none at the minute. I haven't got one set up. Okay, some more. You shouldn't underestimate us. Where have we underestimated? Have we? I don't know. I see you're a Cardiff City fan, mate. I mean, it's the Premier League. Every team is competitive. Not saying we're underestimating you, but I think it's fair to say we should be beating Cardiff. It's the Premier League. Anything is possible, mate. You've got to respect every team that's in it. But look, there's no denying that Liverpool should be beating Cardiff City with all due respect. Timo Werner and Julian Brandt are apparently in the scope for Liverpool. I hope so. I really do hope so. I read something interesting actually on caught offside, and I know they're full of shit a lot of the time. But former Real Madrid manager Fabio Capello has claimed that Real Madrid will have a transfer budget of £430 million to spend this summer. The article also claims that Sadio Mane, Paul Pogba and Eden Hazard are top of Real Madrid's transfer list. My question is, how the fuck can Real Madrid afford to spend £430 million? How? I can't understand how on earth that could be possible. They're looking at refurbishing the Santiago Bernabeu, but how can they spend £430 million? As far as I'm aware, in my very limited understanding of Real Madrid's finances, they're struggling. So where the fuck is £430 million coming from? People can say they might sell Gareth Bale, fair enough, I get that. But other than that, they're going to have to sell an awful lot of players to bring out that type of money. And it will be a test if they do spend that much money. Then FFP, this could be another example of FFP either showing its teeth or becoming just a fucking joke, which it already seems to be fair. Amir Khan wants to fight McGregor. He just wants money, I think, at this point. I want Karius to go to the American team or to an American team. They probably pay him the most of anyone in the atmosphere won't throw him off. I don't think they would pay him the most, to be fair. I don't think there's enough money in the MLS to pay him the most. I think you've got a couple of major players for each team that could command a big wage, but I imagine he'd more than likely go back to Germany if he leaves Besiktas. I don't see people going to PSG unless they get rid of Cavani. Or Pepe. Sorry, Pepe you meant. Have you heard the news that Oxlade-Chamberlain is fit for the squad tomorrow? I'd be amazed if he's in it, to be fair, Luke. I'd be amazed. It just seems a little bit too early. Lucas is like a mini Craig. He does live commentary on the Forza games as he's playing it on the box. He doesn't curse as much as me, though. Well, maybe he does, actually. Gomez might get a run out, but the game is beyond reach. Or if the game is beyond reach, sorry. Salah's not leaving. Of course he's not leaving. Anybody who thinks Mo Salah is leaving is deluded. He's not going anywhere. Nor is Sadio Mane, nor is Bobby Firmino. This club at the moment aren't about selling their best players. How many times would 97 points have won the league since Preston first won it? Well, I suppose you have to change it now because it's a 38 game league and not a 40 game league. It was 42 games, wasn't it? It was 22 in it. Every Premier League except last year, I think, is the answer. I think 97 points, in my limited understanding of the Premier League and its history and points totals, every single season except last season, 97 points would have won the league, I think. Pep has spent 1 billion in transfers since 08-09 season. Crazy. Yep, the spending has been crazy by Manchester City. Therein lies the reason that a lot of us feel like FFP's a joke. Craig, would you rather win the Europa League or lose the Champions League final? If we'd already qualified for the Champions League, then probably lose the Champions League final. I know you can make the argument of putting a trophy in the cabinet, but a run to a Champions League final is special. So I'd probably take losing in the Champions League final, but I might be in the minority there. I don't know. I understand the argument for putting the trophy in the cabinet. And it would be important for me to know that we've already qualified for the Champions League before I make that comment. But yeah, I would say losing in the final. That's just me though, because it's the Champions League and the Champions League is special. Apparently Julian Brandt has a £21.5 million release clause. We spoke about that a couple of times. It seems to be the case, Liam. It's certainly what's being put around in the media. That purple kid is boss. I've got it too. Thank you, mate. My little son has it as well. Oh look, Sabrina said that there in the chat. Yeah, he loves. He actually got the kit before me, and when I seen how nice it was, I thought, oh, maybe I'll get myself one. So I did. João Felix should be our number one target with Werner and Brandt. Said Tala. Yeah, that João Felix kid that from Benfica, if anybody isn't aware, I think he's €120 million bio clause or something like that. And there was rumours that we had a bid rejected in January, although it was very limited sources that spoke about this. But a lot of clubs around Europe are queuing up to try and get that kid. Do you know Liverpool's budget for the summer? Haven't got a clue, Gary. I'd be lying to you, mate, if I threw out a number. I don't really believe the club has a budget as such either. I think it's more about Jurgen Klopp wanting specific targets for specific players. Maybe, of course, within reason there's a budget. He's not going to go out and spend 500 million quid, but I think if it's possible and the manager wants them, they'll make a bid for them. I think Leeds' automatic promotion hopes are fading now. Yeah, it was a massive fuck up today, mate. I watched the game. 38 shots, I believe, in that game for Leeds, or 33 shots, something like that. And to lose 2-1, I don't know how they lost the game, if I'm being honest, mate. I watched it. Same tonight when I watched Norwich. I don't know how Norwich lost that game. I'm feeling oddly confident. Where's that one? I'm feeling oddly confident. Gone. About the double. Oh, nice. What do you think of the new shirts? I absolutely love them, mate. I adore them. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of the two shirts. The keeper shirt and the player shirt. They're both beautiful. What question did I misunderstand, Matthias, mate? Sorry if I did, but I'm not sure which one it was. If Liverpool win the Premier League and the Champions League, what's the point in watching football anymore? Nothing could top it. A treble could top it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Back-to-back Premier Leagues could top it. I'm not going to lie, I can't sleep lately. I'm just obsessed with the thoughts of this Premier League. I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it. I think about it first thing in the morning. I think about it all day. I think about it when I'm making out my notes for the streams. I can't not quantify how much I want Liverpool to win the Premier League this season, and how frustrating it is that it's not in our own hands. It's really difficult to take. Every final we've played in the Champions League has been brilliant, won or lost. A Champions League final is something special. It really fucking is something special. The difference, though, I think, from 2005, apart from the fact that we won it, of course. Well, let's go to 2007. The difference from 2007 and last year's Champions League final losses, for me, was that even though we lost last year, it felt like something was building. It didn't feel like the end of anything. It didn't feel like a fluke. It didn't feel like we got lucky. It felt like this team were going to come again and come back strong this season, which they have. We're in another semi-final. We're pushing for the league in a much better position with a much better point total in the league than we had last year. So it was easier, if that makes any sense, to take the loss last year because I knew we were coming again. I think all of you knew the same. We're a team that's on the up and up. We've got 78 mil already from the Champions League, said Recessionizer. It's stunning how much money is in football these days, isn't it? Before I do the last 20 minutes or so tonight's stream, guys, I want to talk about a tweet that I read earlier on from a disabled Liverpool fan named Dan Wakefield. It raised a very valid point and something that I'd never really given much thought to. So I'm going to quote you his tweet. It said, "Disgusted to learn this morning that FC Barcelona has only provided Liverpool with a pitiful 5 wheelchair spaces in an allocation of 4,620 for the Champions League final. This is totally unacceptable from an institution that prides itself on being more than a club and has a capacity of 100,000. Add to this the fact that Barcelona are charging travelling Reds €119 for a ticket, and you really start to see how big a problem this is. Now, I have to say I was completely ignorant, and I'm embarrassed to say I'd never even given a thought to the likes of Dana in this situation. And to know that Barcelona, and it's not just for this game, I believe that this is the standard thing for Barcelona in the Champions League, 5 wheelchair spaces, 5 in a stadium that holds 100,000 people. For Liverpool fans to be offered 5 wheelchair spaces, it just sticks in my throat. It's just not good enough. Disabled fans deserve better. I'm disgusted. I really am disgusted. And this particular gentleman, I believe, had already booked his travel, his flights, and all his other bits and pieces. And not because he was a chancer or just because he thought on the off chance. He's been to all the games. He's gone home and away with the club in the Champions League this season. And he's never had an issue, apparently, with any other club, with any other round, until now. And I just don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough that in this day and age, a stadium with 100,000 capacity will offer travelling fans 5 wheelchair spaces. I hope Dan gets sorted out. I hope something can be done. I was really sad to read about a situation. It's just, we need better. As simple as that. We just need better. Disabled fans can't just be an afterthought. I know Liverpool have increased their capacity. Personally, I still don't think Liverpool have done enough. I think we've met the bare minimum requirement, I believe. Now, I could be wrong on that. Disabled fans deserve better. They can't just be an afterthought. They can't just be shoehorned in or get the bare minimum. They're fans. They deserve the same rights and respects as the rest of us. Sorry about that. I read that earlier on and it just didn't sit right. And of course it hasn't sat right with Dan and many other Liverpool fans. And I believe Spy and Cop have got right behind him as well, and they're offering assistance. I believe they're trying to talk to Tony Barrett and the club as well to see if anything can be done. It's fucking shocking, if I'm being honest. It's absolutely shocking. I believe we're either winning the league or the Champions League. Hopefully it's the league, said Brian O'Leary. Jesus, that's shocking, said Sean W. 5 is just ridiculous, said Joe. 15 max. I'm not sure what that means for Matthias. I think you're talking about maybe the spaces. Will said that's awful. He's right, Craig. It's shocking, said Scotty. It's horrible. Barca are charging way too much money for tickets. I believe Liverpool are going to subsidise travelling copites with, I think it's 31 quid. I believe. I could be wrong on that one. I think it's 30 something euro. And they're basically going to do what Manchester United did after their fans, and rightly I should say, after their fans were charged a ridiculous amount by Barcelona as well for the quarter-final. They're going to charge the Barcelona fans and they're going to subsidise the Liverpool fans. And it's shocking that has to happen. 119 quid. It's just ridiculous. The new camp is an awful stadium. It certainly needs a lot of work, mate. It really does. 100,000 capacity, but yeah, it's different when you're inside it. As you said, it is awful. It does need updating. That's horrible. Barca are charging way too much money for tickets. Milner said we win 7 games, we'll at least win 1 trophy. Well, that is true, because we win the Champions League, so he's not wrong there. Gary Richards said disgraceful Barcelona. Disgrace, shame on you. Sickness from Barcelona, said Liverpool Football Club. 5 spots in a 100k stadium, what the fuck. Now, that's 5 spots for our fans, mate. So that's 5 out of 4,620 allocation. I don't know how many disabled spots are in the new camp. I imagine it's a lot more than 5. But they're only offering 5 to travelling Liverpool fans. UEFA need to cowboy the fuck up and sort this shit out, said Tom Boland. If only the keeper's kit was our 3rd kit, said Labs Gamer. A lot of people have been saying that, buddy. A lot of people loving that kit. It just goes to show it was sold out so fucking quickly because a lot of people love the kit. I'm not going there to watch Barcelona. Fuck that, I'll just watch the Red, said Scotty. New camp is full of tourists who don't support Barcelona instead of actual fans. Yes, I've heard players moaning about that very thing before. Out of 10, Craig, how confident are you that we'll either win the league or the Champions League or both? I would say I feel 7 out of 10 that we'll win something this season, mate. I don't know what. I know what I want it to be. I want it to be the Premier League. I haven't hidden behind that for a very long time. I want that Premier League title for this club. Just say hi to me. Hello, Ryan. How are you, mate? Welcome. Alisson will look even more like a god in that black and gold. Yeah, he will. He's just... Do you know what? My wife, Sabrina, doesn't think Alisson's good looking. I have a man crush on him. I don't understand it. I'm saying, but darling, look, he's an Adonis. Look at him. And she's like, nah, not for me. Well, look, she's married to a big fat bald Irish gobshite, so if she looks at Alisson and doesn't see a good looking man, then do you know what I mean? She's obviously delusional. I hope New Balance outbid Nike. We don't even need to outbid them, they just need to match them, mate. They have a matching clause in the contract. It would be harder versus Ajax than Barcelona, said Mossy Kyo. It'd be lovely to play Ajax in the final. I never want to play, and the reason I say Ajax is I never want to play an English club in a Champions League final. So I've nothing against Spurs. I'm not trying to say fuck Spurs or anything like that. I actually have a lot of respect for Spurs as a club. I would just rather it be Ajax. It would just a sexy final, wouldn't it? Liverpool versus Ajax. They're young, bright, shining stars against our still quite young, quite bright, up and coming team. It would be a great game of football. Loved when Klopp said that if we win our next 7 games we'll win at least 1 trophy. But it's true, it's factual. In fact, we don't even need to win our next 7 games to win a trophy, because we could technically draw away at Barcelona or lose and then overturn that at home. So 6 could even win us a trophy. He's got a spotty face up close. He does have issues with his skin a little bit, to be fair, but he's still a gorgeous man. Alisson knows how to make clean sheets and dirty. Nice. My wife and daughter have been crushing on Alisson, Craig, but then I ain't as good looking as you. Fucking hell, mate. If you're uglier than me, we've both got issues here, buddy. I'd love an all-English final, said Liverpool legends. I can understand that as well. Just a personal preference for me. Tottenham to win the Champions League. It's absolutely possible, mate. I'm not even going to begin to disrespect them by saying it's not possible. They're in the semi-final. They've got there by rights. They knocked out Manchester City. They deserve their place. Nothing but love for me. I'm not going to belittle anybody. You get to a Champions League semi-final, you deserve to be there. Alisson needs a new fresh haircut. Yeah, he does. He needs to go bald. That's what he needs. Bald is better. Liverpool versus Ajax would have a 70s flair to it. Would it have a Ric Flair to it though? Would it? Huh? There's only one flair that's important. Craig, I pre-ordered the new kit. Nice one, Adam. Same as me, same as many other Reds, and I cannot fucking wait for it to come, buddy. I'm like a big child, excited about it coming. It's sexy, isn't it? Did you order the players kit, Adam, or did you go for the keepers one? Craig, treating Louise to a day out in the city tomorrow. Nice one, mate. Ladies deserve to be treated, and I know she's been very good to you as well, so great. I hope you have a wonderful day and make sure that you treat her well. I know you will, because you always do. I don't know if I'm broken, but I don't find Alisson attractive. Maybe it's because of the perfect hair, said Sabrina. Yes, well, you are used to looking at no hair, love, so possibly that's why. Baldy Alisson, to see him with an egg head. Can you imagine how weird that would look with a full on beard and everything? Right, guys, we're only 22 subs away from 11.7, so if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. Is Alisson's skin not acne? I'm not sure. I know he does have a skin condition. I'm not sure what it is, to be fair. I'll be guessing. He's still a beautiful man, though, to be fair. Alisson has too much hair for Sabrina. He doesn't have that eyebrow, said Dave Sweeney. Exactly. You know what I mean? He doesn't have this mature eyebrow. Hear me, the anti-Neil Warnock, as I like to call it. Sterling is good. He's very good, yeah. He's an excellent footballer. Alisson does look like he walked out of the ocean, in fairness. He does, yeah. He does, you're right. Adonis. Aquaman. I don't know what he's called if you come from Atlantis. Is that what the man from Atlantis? Is that what I'm trying to say? Barca trying to stop opposition fans coming. We give our teams an extra man. There's no way they're going to stop the travelling Reds, mate. It's just not going to happen. They can charge what they want. Our boys and girls will still find a way of getting there because they're the best in the world. I've not ordered the new kit, but I'm waiting for the gold badge on it, said Scotty. You're not alone there, buddy. There's a few people who are going that way. I'm just going to put the badge on retroactively if we win the league. So I just went greedy and just ordered it. Could it be psoriasis or eczema? It could well be, Joanne, because it's not there all the time. It does flare up and down, Joanne, so you could well be right, my friend. I got the players kit but love the keepers kit. Yeah, I'm the same, Adam. I got the players kit, but my little dude Lucas, he wanted the goalkeepers kit, so I get to see the best of both, I suppose. I get to see my son running around in the goalkeepers kit. And you know, he never really goes full kit wanker either. He kind of never wears the socks, so you know, I can let him away with it. Neil Warnock looks like the goblin from Harry Potter, said Rafa the Gaffer. I'll have to take your word for that, having never seen 1 minute of a Harry Potter film before. If you can't wear gold badges in the new shirt, I'm not getting it. We'll get the retro 82-84 version. I can suggest Score Draw or 3 Retro if you're going to look for the 82 to 84 version. Our friends at Score Draw and 3 Retro have looked after us all season with giveaways. Actually, the latest winner of that competition, remember we ran a competition for people who donated to the Sean Cox Fund. That gentleman Frank received his shirt today, and he was kind enough to post an image of him wearing it. So again, thank you to Score Draw and 3 Retro for the continued support. Some prick told me the Firmino song is wrong because he doesn't score every time. Somebody said yesterday actually the Hendo needs a song, and that was bugging me because I knew he had a song, I just couldn't remember it. Now I do remember it. It's a "Here's to you, Jordan Henderson. Cop whites love you more than you will know. Oh oh oh." You know, Mrs. Robinson, Simon and Garfunkel. So Hendo does have a song for those that didn't think he did. I've pre-ordered the kit, and when the season's over I'm going to go to Liverpool shop and get the gold patch or normal patch. That's what I'm doing, Joshua. And if they won't sell it to me in the Liverpool shop, I'll just order it online somewhere. I ordered the black and gold goalies kit. Nice media centre, man. It's a beautiful shirt. What's your City versus Tottenham prediction? 3-1 to City. I just can't see Spurs. I think Spurs will be just mentally exhausted. Fabinho needs a song. Well, I ain't the man to make it, mate. I've no talent when it comes to stuff like that. Yes, Trent does have a song actually, and I know this because one of the guys that comes into the stream wrote a beautiful song for Trent, and I did post a link into his account, and Kev Wright is the guy's name. Search Kev Wright on YouTube. I can't remember his actual account name. He was in here. He's always in the chat. He wrote a wonderful Trent Alexander-Arnold song. I think I shared it from the Anfield Agenda account actually, so you could go on there and search it. Hopefully Alisson gets the golden glove, fingers crossed. Rod, how are we? Good morning to you. You know Rod's always in. You get the coffee and the croissant emojis, which always make me fucking hungry. When are the other kits revealed? I think maybe July. Well, I think they're going to be on sale in July, the away one. I'm not actually sure about the third one. Has our 1920 away kit been leaked? Not that I've seen, Wool Wizard. I'm not saying it hasn't. I'm just saying I haven't been lucky enough to see it yet. Turn of Gold, Spandau Ballet, Fabinho. I don't even know that the way that song goes, buddy, so there's no point in me even trying to sing it. Henderson deserves to have his song heard. Indeed he does, mate. Indeed he does. And I'm going to be a very, very happy man when I get to see Jordan Henderson lifting a trophy above his head for this football club, because he fucking deserves it. I'm so sick of the abuse that he's received. Not by everybody, a small minority. But these fuckers have been loud enough to make themselves heard, and I cannot wait for it. Oh, Scotty, you're an absolute superstar. Here's the link to Trent's song. He put it in there. Scotty there. Thank you, Scotty. You're a superstar. My wife said Craig needs a song. Do you guys accept the challenge? Aren't you a cringy little dear? Aren't you? Craig doesn't need a song. I promise you. He really doesn't. You're just a shit, Mark Goldbridge. You're just a shit, Mark Goldbridge. You're just a shit, Mark Goldbridge. That's pretty much what my song would be, because that's what I get told all the time anyway. It's Kev Wright on YouTube. Thank you, Proper Skills. Appreciate that, mate. And again, Subi's put the link in there, so thank you to people for helping me out with that. What else we got? I'm a little teapot, says Rod. I think we can do a bit better than that one, Rod. A little bit better than that. I think 1-1 in the first leg against Barca, then 1-0 and 1-0. I don't know what the fuck 1-0 is, but it's the same as 1-0 apparently. In the second leg to the Reds. Sorry, Nathan, I ruined your comment there, mate. 1-1 in the first leg, and then Nathan reckons the Reds will win 1-0 in the second leg. I don't know about that 1-0, mate. My nerves would be gone at 1-0. I suppose if it's 1-0 after 1-1, you know that if Barca score, then the worst that could happen there is extra time. So I suppose that one isn't too bad. You're just a shite son of Kojak. I never even watched Kojak, but I do know who he is. Do you see the Newcastle game as a potential slip up with the Barca game around it? No, I don't, Brian. I honestly think Liverpool are going to win their 4 games. I don't mean that to sound arrogant. I just honestly believe that they're just not going to let up. They're just going to keep pressing and find a way to do it. Cundy and Sherwood have started again saying Liverpool will never win the Premier League. Look, Jason Cundy can kiss my bald Irish ass. I am sick of listening to that gobby little shit talking about Liverpool in a derogatory manner. Shut the fuck up, Cundy. Nobody cares what you have to say. You're only on that radio station because they think that you're going to bring in callers. They think that you're going to wind people up. You're just a B-Tech me, Cundy. That's all you are. A B-Tech me, mate. So, shut the fuck up, Cundy. Nobody cares what you have to say, mate. I would love to have a conversation with that little fraud and just tell him why he is such a cunt. Cundy, if you're watching, mate, please, anytime, happy to come on that show and tell you why you're a gobshite. Because you are a gobshite, mate, and you talk an awful lot of shit. Poch will deliver the Premier League to Anfield. That would be nice. I'd very much appreciate it if you could do that. Fuck Cundy indeed, Stephen Richards. Come lunchtime tomorrow, City will bottle it, said Jared. I hope so, mate. I mean, I will be celebrating. I will be celebrating like a motherfucker on here tomorrow night if they drop points. I don't even care. I don't care if we've got games to play. I am celebrating if they drop any points. Humpty Holden sat on the wall. Humpty Holden big Irish balls with Jurgen Well will win the Premier League. At least we'll never see Jose. I mean, we're onto something there, Red Hulk. We're onto something. I ruined the end of it, but we're onto something. Craig, pour some sugar on me, Holden. Yes, we have a winner, Sean. Pour some sugar on me. That's the winner. That's the winner. Oh, I'm going to be going around singing that all day now. Every time my wife walks into the room, I'm going to be going, pour some sugar on me. Yes. Oh, that's brilliant. You've made my day, mate. Thank you. I think Wolves will be the toughest game in our remaining games. Cundy was a shit player as well as a shit pundit, said Paul Turner. Cundy and Sherwood giving each other fellatio, shall we say. I'm trying to be nice about that one. I don't know, look, I never actually had much of an issue with Sherwood. I mean, I knew he was a shit manager. I knew that he talked a lot of shit, but he never really annoyed me as much as Cundy. Cunty, let's just call him Cunty because that's a better way of saying his name. Craig, I'm too sexy for my shirt. I'm too fucking tubby for my shirt. It's probably I'm too tubby for my shirt. Too tubby for my shirt. Too tubby, it hurts. Oh gosh, if I ever get to any stage in life where I have any type of success, all of these dreams are going to come back to haunt me dramatically. What else we got? I'll pour a whole bag of sugar over you if it stops you singing. There you go. That's what I have to put up with. I'm an abused husband. That's what I get. Cundy was pony, which is a beautiful way of saying it, Sam. Cundy was pony. There you go. Who do you think will win the Europa League? Arsenal. I honestly think Arsenal will win the Europa League. They just look like they've got a bit of sharpness about them now. They've got the bit between their teeth and they can score goals. So yeah, for me, I think Arsenal. What's going on? We've all lost our damn minds, mate. That's what's going on. I mean, this stream has taken a dodgy turn. Cundy, Neville and that dude who presents on BT Sports are cut from the same mould. I don't know if it's Jake Humphries. I have to defend. I like Jake Humphries. I don't know if that's who you're talking about, Jake, isn't it? The rest of them, whatever, yep. But I do like Jake Humphries. I think he's a good guy. I don't know, obviously, personally, but I think he comes across well. What effect do you think City's Champions League defeat will have on the Premier League match against Spurs at the weekend? Maybe none, Edward. I'm just waiting to see, one, what type of team Spurs can put out and how jaded they look. You're singing is peachy. It was probably it's probably oral assault. That's probably the way I describe my singing, mate. But that is definitely my song now, forever, in my head. That's it. No, there's no winning. There's no beating that song. That's it. I'm singing that song. In my head now, every time I walk into a room, that song is playing somewhere on speakers. Will Son start tomorrow? I'd imagine so. I'd imagine so, mate. But look, I'm just guessing. Not sure we've enough chocolate in the house for that, Rod. There's definitely enough chocolate in this house, love. You just don't know where the fuck it's hidden. That's the problem there. There's no way Craigie doesn't have chocolate in this house. It's hidden under floorboards, in toilet cisterns, everywhere. There's just chocolate in this house, trust me. How long till the stream ends? About a minute, Rebecca, to be honest. I was just about to start winding things down. You should do the Cardiff watch along with the family. I don't think I could, honestly, because I don't want to swear that much around my children, if I'm being honest, Joshua. I know they hear me swearing, but it goes to a new level when referees start getting involved. Hey Daly, how are you, mate? Welcome back in. Could you imagine if City draw tomorrow and Man United beat them midweek? I'm probably doing the stream naked, Brian, if that happens. Whether you guys like it or not, I'll probably end up stripping off at some point if that happened. Craig, whatever happened to the diet? It's all in due course, mate. Do you remember, I'm still working through the antibiotics and all. It's all good. The diet will come. I just can't bring myself to be cranky either, mate, when the season's this good. I mean, it's just too difficult. It's too difficult to go on a diet when the Reds are doing so well and I'm in such a good mood and everybody's being so nice. But where's my diet, Chav? You guys keep doubting me that I don't have it. I don't move without a can of Diet Coke in this house. I don't go anywhere. In the car, there's 2 or 3 cans hidden in the glove box just in case. Chocolate injection with bunny ears. There we go. Right, look, ladies and gents, I am going to say my good nights. I will chat to you all tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed Spurs can do something tomorrow with the empty head. If they do, prepare for some fun tomorrow night. But either way, we'll have a laugh. We'll look ahead to the Reds game against Cardiff. It's been a pleasure. And don't forget to pour some sugar on me before you head off. Look, as always, ladies and gents, have a wonderful Easter weekend. I hope to catch you all tomorrow night. Take care of your family. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds.